Now, when we talk about the circuit theory, what are all the components involved? I said earlier, classification of circuit elements. We are going to see what are all the different components are involved. Now, we'll see classification one by one. First classification, active elements and passive elements. We can classify the elements into two different categories, active elements and passive elements. Active elements are nothing but the voltage and current sources. Because they are generators. See, voltage is helpful to do some kind of operation, and also current also is performing some kind of operation in the circuit. They are active. Because of them only some kind of operation is happening in the circuit. They're not like generators, power generators, we can say. So example for active elements is transistors, vacuum tubes, generators, etc. Passive elements. These elements cannot generate any power. These elements either dissipates energy in the form of heat or stores energy. Example for passive elements are resistor, inductor, and capacitor. What does resistor will do? Resistor always it dissipates energy. Because of this resistor only, wherever we use a resistor in electronic circuit, either it is a mobile phone or you take a TV, television, or wherever it is, wherever the resistor component is involved, there you will get a heat dissipation. If you touch that component, you will feel that heat. Because resistor will dissipate the energy. And L and C, inductor and capacitor, stores the energy, and in the absence of an active source, again they deliver that energy to the any passive element like resistor. Okay, you will understand what do you mean by delivering energy from L and C elements. Okay, so as I said, resistor is nothing but dissipates energy in the form of a heat. Inductor is nothing but stores energy in the form of a magnetic field. And even capacitor also stores energy, but in the form of an electrostatic field. Okay, this is one category of elements. What are the first? What is first category? First category we put into active and passive elements. Another category, lumped elements and distributed elements. Another category, lumped element in the sense these elements physically can be separated. What do you mean by physically can be separated, sir? You see, physically you can take a resistor. You can take in your hand. It means you are separating that. And capacitor also. And also, so when you do your experiments and the lab experiments, separately you will take your resistor, capacitor, inductor. So we have these components separately. We could able to separate them. So those kind of elements can be called as a lumped elements. Distributed elements, we cannot separate them. Distributed elements, we cannot separate them. See, for example, a distributed element is one which is not separable for electrical purposes. Example for distributed element is nothing but a transmission line has a distributed resistance, capacitance, inductance along its length. So this much of length of transmission line you are having, everywhere you will have resistors, capacitors, inductors combination. Everywhere you will have. You cannot separate resistor alone separately. Even if you take this much length of transmission line, within this length, you will have resistor, capacitor, inductor, combination, all those things. So that kind of elements are nothing but distributed elements. But in our circuit theory, we are going to talk only about lumped elements. We are not going to talk about transmission lines, I mean distributed elements. Clear? So another category of elements, what elements we come across? Lumped elements and distributed elements. So lumped element in the sense we already heard about it and we had seen these are nothing but the elements which can be separated physically. Example for that is resistor, capacitor, and inductor.